It's Dana White's Contender Series, Season 9, Episode 2, Week 2, however you want to slice it or cut it. There's a bunch of undefeated dudes on here, okay? 9-0s, 10-0s, 5-0s. There's an Indian fighter on here. Episode 2 looks even better than Episode 1, boys, alright? I'm here to give you guys my prediction, breakdown, and analysis for all of these fights. I even have some stuff written down, alright? So we're going to get a little crazy here. Tommy Jacuzzi versus Ramiro Ramirez is the first fight. I obviously just butchered Ramiro's last name, okay? I'm not the best pronunciator. This is at 145 pounds, boys, okay? They're coming from Volkanovski's title. Now, both of these dudes have the same amount of KO and submission wins. Both of these dudes have 5 knockout wins and 3 submission wins. It's just Tommy Jacuzzi is 8-0 and Ramiro Ramirez is 10-0. All of Tommy Jacuzzi's fights have ended in the first round, except for one. One fight made it to the second round. This dude has never even seen the third round or the judges, alright? I'm a little bit biased here. This fight is going to be absolutely fantastic, but I'm going to go with Tommy Jacuzzi, alright? Tommy Jacuzzi, based off of the name alone, has me sold. I'm putting him in the parlay. Absolutely fantastic. And he's a moderate underdog, plus 260. The dude has never even seen the second round, and he's plus 260. That's something I don't understand. Moving on, boys, to a heavyweight banger. We need heavyweights in the UFC, so Dana, sign both of these dudes, okay? Josh Hokit versus Gulmel Urel, okay? Josh Hokit is 5-0, and Gulmel is 6-1. Now, when you hear of a heavyweight being 5-0, you think, oh, this dude has made it to the decision, to the judges 3 times, and probably has 2 knockout wins. Wrong. This dude has 5 submission wins all in round 1. His last win was against a dude named Eric Lunsford. Doesn't matter who the opponent was, but he finished him via punches from crucifix in round 1. Hamzat might need to train with this guy, okay? So it's very important that I had to say that. It's still bothering me, boys. Gulmel Urel is 2-1 in his last 3. Got absolutely sparked in the first round, but he picked himself up after that and sparked 2 people in the first round after he got beat up by Lucas whatever, alright? We're going Josh Hokit here via round 1 submission. He's a heavy favorite, minus 500, but I bet you if you put round 1 submission, that's going to be a plus 300 right there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That dude is getting a contract 100%. Dana might even sign Gulmel Urel just because we need some backup fighters on here, okay? Moving on, boys, to an undefeated banger. Lewis Lee Scott, 9-0, bantamweight, coming out of Ireland, UK area, versus Kashanuk Sai Kumar, okay? 5-0 Indian prospect, boys, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. The Indian fighters have a little bit of a bad reputation because of, what was his name? Ansal Jubilee. Ansal Jubilee looked decent, and then he got his UFC fight, his UFC debut, and got absolutely sparked in the first 15 seconds of the match. Alright? So, based off of that, instantly, I'm not even looking at Lewis Lee Scott being 9-0 and Kashanuk only being 5-0. I'm not even going to look at the finishes or anything like that. Lewis Lee Scott is a minus 430 heavy favorite, and I'm not going to lie, boys, that's pretty accurate. We're locking that in automatically. A battle of undefeated dudes. I'm ready to see it. Maybe Kashanuk can bring some respect back to the Indian fighters because Ansal Jubilee gave you guys a bad name. I'm not going to lie to you. As a betting man, after I saw that, no more. All right? Moving on, boys. Brandon Holmes versus Cam Robinson. I'm flipping through my notes. I feel like a real sportscaster, a real analyst here, boys, okay? This is at 185 pounds. Brandon took this fight on short notice, by the way. Brandon Holmes is 5-0. Cam Robinson is 11-3 at 185 pounds. Not sure if I said that or not, but yeah, Brandon took this fight on short notice. This was supposed to be a fight between Cam Robinson and John Cunningham, but John Cunningham had a rib injury. He had to pull out, and Brandon stepped in on short notice. Now, I like stuff like that, okay? Stepping in on short notice shows me that you have the confidence to get the job done. Now, it just might be right place, right time for Brandon. I'm not even going to lie to you guys, okay? Brandon has only fought cans, though, okay? His recent record, I'm going to name him off to you because he only has 5 fights. He literally only has 5 fights. Recently fought a dude who was 6-5. Then he fought a dude who was 2-0. Then he fought a dude who was 0-0, making his debut. Then he fought a dude who was 1-0, and then a dude who was 1-1. All right, and they're all in different organizations. He did fight in the CFFC, which is extremely and tough enough, which was canceled. But I think that Brandon might meet his match with my boy Cam Robinson, however you want to take it. Cam Robinson has a loss, however, to Torres Finley. For whatever reason, whenever I see his name, I think of Torres Finley, and then Finley, and I think of the little WWE guy, the little midget, a small person. I'm not trying to disrespect him. I like him. All right? But getting a loss against Torres Finley on the Contender Series, by the way, is not something to hang your head on. That dude is massive for 185 pounds, and that boy can wrestle. He watched some of Hamzat's tape. He knew what Hamzat was going to do to DDP before we all did, okay? He's like, look, I'm going to hold these dominant positions and do nothing with them. But, all right. My boy Cam's last fight went to decision against a dude named Alfred Studot. And he won that fight. He's 3-1 in his last 4. I think Brandon's going to get pieced up here. I mean, it might be right place, right time for Brandon. I don't know why Brandon is the favorite. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. No clue why Brandon is the favorite here. Okay, somebody must not be paying attention. We're locking in Cam Robinson. Now, the main event is at 145 pounds, boys. Manuel Exposito versus Jose Delano. Okay, now, let me get my notes up. Okay, we got a nice little front page for the boys. You can pause it if you want. Read the notes. I really do not care. This is basically a classic grappler versus striker fight, okay? Manuel calls himself the perfect all-round fighter, but in reality, he's a grappler looking for that ground and pound or submission. Jose Delano is out here busting brains, okay? I'm not gonna lie. He's low-key a decision merchant a little bit, but he also is a well-rounded fighter. At 145 pounds, you kind of have to be a well-rounded fighter, but Manuel Exposito is smashing dudes via ground and pound pretty consistently. You know what I'm saying? I watched a little bit of tape with my boy. He has a lot of first-round finishes. He likes to sink in these chokes. He's nasty on the ground. I'm going to go with Manuel Exposito here, boys. I think that this is just going to be a straight underdog weekend or week. Tuesday, whatever you want to say. I'm locking all these bets in, boys. We're going to be rich. You know what? I should have the DraftKings. I should have had DraftKings up, honestly, so I could make my parlay for you guys. We'll do that next week. This is my first week covering Dana White's Contender Series. I forgot that it started last week, and my homie was like, yo, why don't you cover UFC? Why don't you cover the Contender Series? And I'm like, you know what, bro? Honestly, you're 100% right. So we're going to start doing this. It makes me feel a little bit more like a sports analyst where I'm writing my notes down instead of having them here on screen, and I'm like trying to look at the camera to be serious, and then I'm like looking away, stuff like that, just so you guys can physically see, like, oh, okay, he has notes up, E-Rock's writing some stuff down. This is an absolute underdog parlay right here, boys. This is gonna smack. Mark my words, a nice little 5-leg parlay, majority underdogs except for Josh Hokit, okay? We're gonna go absolutely bananas. I'll see you guys later. Good luck to everybody on the Contender Series. I hope everybody gets a contract. Have a good one, boys.